I'm a voracious reader. I love reading about history. I love reading biographies. One of the books that I read that influenced me greatly was one about Albert Einstein. When you read about him, as a young man, he was pretty wild. He was a womanizer. He was playing violin at parties. He was a wild guy. And what fascinated me about him is Einstein did so many wonderful things. And whenever things get very big or very tiny, physics gets really crazy, and it's amazing. And I try to read these books on physics, and I try to understand relativity and all that. And at one point I read, Einstein said, imagination is more important than knowledge. And once I read that, I thought, imagination is more important than knowledge? So I went out and I made a series of sculptures. I solved the riddle of the universe with one, and then I read more about Einstein, and here this poor guy, I felt such a kindred spirit. He had a day job. He didn't like his day job. He wanted to be a physicist. He worked at the patent office in Switzerland. He solved measuring atoms, about light, relativity, equals mc squared. After he did that, you know what happened? Nothing. A year went by, 2, 3, 4. He tried to get a job as a high school teacher. They said no. He considered selling insurance. So poor Einstein. I thought, oh, I know exactly how you feel. You got a day job. Well, finally, he gets a job. He does what he loves doing. He's in Berlin. He's a physicist. In the 20s, Niels Bohr and some other scientists said, you know, according to your theories, everything is relative. And he said, yeah, but he said, then everything is random. And he spent 30 years trying to come up with a theory of everything. And I thought about that, and even on his deathbed, he's scratching formulas, trying to solve the real universe. Layers that he must have been thinking about, trying to combine and connect. And apparently, in physics, when you look at a particle, you can either tell where it's moving or where it is, but not both. And just observing changes it. And I just think Albert Einstein, the poor guy, what an onion. So I made this sculpture thinking that, but after I finished, most people just looking at this don't know all that, but they like the design and the motion, and hopefully on some level it all works. The important thing I found is you never want a preconceived idea. That's the worst thing. I'll go to a farm, I'll find a bunch of neat things, I bring it home. If I have a preconceived idea, it is never as good as if I just take the metal and I just play with it. And when I play with it, there's like some intuitive feeling, some visceral thing that I tap into, and I have learned over the years to trust that feeling, and out of that comes things. And especially with thinking about Einstein, it just subconsciously you read these things and it comes out.